Hi everyone! So today here I am. I would like to tell you about one of my unforgettable experience. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Priska Trisna Sejati. You can call me Priska. Without further ado, let's start. Enjoy! Last year, before the pandemic, I wrote a new history of my life. At the end of November 2019, when I was in the second grade of senior high school, I registered to take part in the event named Pertukaran Pemuda Asia Chapter 2 organized by Event Hunter Indonesia. Unexpectedly, I made it to the stage of interview. After the announcement, I was selected as one of the partially funded participants, which means that Event Hunter Indonesia will cover half of my travel expenses to Singapore and Malaysia. It was my first time traveling abroad and traveling alone without my parents. The activity began on February 10, 2020 with a short briefing and getting to know new friends. Then we left for Singapore. It took us around 2 hours. When we arrived in Singapore, my friends and I took a group photo and then we went to our hotel where we rested. After that, I went to dinner with my friends and we decided to visit Merlion Park, where the Singapore's landmark located. In the Merlion Park, we simply took some photos and left. The next day, we returned to the Merlion Park again, but it was a very short visit because we were only given about 15 minutes and then we moved to the Universal Studio Singapore. At the Universal Studio Singapore, we ride a lot of interesting rides and of course, we took a lot of photos too. On the February 12th, we went to the National University of Singapore to attend a seminar and campus tour.
When I prepare to get this process, why I like this? Because we can submit.
After that, we went to the Google Asia Pacific for a lunch. In the afternoon, we held another session that is Learning as Listener in the Suntec Singapore. At the Suntec Singapore, we attend 3 seminars, one of which was given by Professor Siming. He is an associate professor at NTU Singapore, and then from Mrs. Kania, she is a commercial financial analyst of Microsoft, and the last one from PBIS, Miss Feren and Miss Kasaya. After all the seminars ended, we went to Malaysia in the night. When we arrived in Malaysia, we went to the National Museum of Malaysia and took observations there. In the afternoon after lunch, we went to the Batu Caves and Aquaria KLCC. What a sad story, my phone died when I was in the Aquaria KLCC because it ran out of the battery. So I didn't take many photos there. After having a good time in Aquaria KLCC, we returned to the apartment where we rest. The next day, we went to Genting Highland and visit Awana Sky Cable Car and 4D Trick Art Gallery. In the evening, we went to the Malaysia's landmark Petronas Twin Tower and of course, we took photos there. Petronas Twin Tower was our last destination before we returning to Indonesia. That 5-day experience was meaningful for me and still record well in my mind. After we returned to Indonesia, the first case of COVID appeared. Since then, I have not been go to anywhere. Hopefully, this pandemic will end very soon, so we will be able to travel or go wherever we want. That's all for my video. Sorry for all of my mistakes. Thank you for watching. See you!